So I'm here at the First Choice Community Center in Columbia. We're gonna go inside and cook up some healthy recipes that taste great. Come on. Hey everyone, my name is Marcus Lattimore and I'm here with Brooke Brittain, a registered dietitian with SCDHEC. Brooke, what we cooking today?
Marcus, we are going to be doing some Chinese veggies and rice, trying to make a quick, easy, healthy meal using minimal ingredients and following the My Plate, which is something that our kids here learn in school and learn a lot about. So the My Plate definitely is going to include some fruits, some vegetables, you all probably learned that, as well as some whole grains, some lean protein, and we always toss in some dairy too. So for today, our meat that we're going to use is chicken. Could anybody tell me which food group that falls into? Is that a fruit or is that a protein?
Protein.
Protein, right? Great, absolutely. So we're gonna use our skillet here. Marcus is gonna be our chef, whether he knew it or not.
Uh-oh.
So Marcus, if you're ready, if you wanna grab that green spatula. And we're gonna add, so I got my electric skillet on. The heat you can kind of adjust depending on what recipe you're cooking. We got a little bit of oil. This is canola oil. So in my classes, I get a lot of questions about oils, which one's the best to use. And we like to use canola oil because it can withstand some heat. So, and that's good. Whereas your olive oil does have a lot of health benefits, but you worry about the temperature and it can burn. So we don't wanna have that issue. So I got my pan on, we're gonna hit a little bit of oil there. All right, Marcus, you ready, man?
Throwing the chicken in here, right?
Let's do it.
Okay.
So this is our chicken. So as y'all know, this is one of our lean proteins. So I'm gonna have Marcus kind of stir that around. So as far as your lean proteins go, chicken's a great one. Your fishes, you could do some ground turkey. Sometimes we use ground chicken in our classes. And we actually, being in certain parts of South Carolina, you get a lot of wild game. So a lot of hunters out there, and deer is actually a really good lean protein.
Oh, wow.
So Marcus, being an athlete, so what does that protein do for you? Why do you need that protein?
You know what? We put our bodies through so much on the field that if you don't have the proper fuel, you can't recover the right way.
Got it.
So chicken was a staple in my diet,
it was.
especially when I was a player.
Absolutely.
It just helps you recover.
It does recovery and build muscles, so it does a whole lot of good things for our athletes. So, could I get a lovely volunteer to come in between Marcus and I? We'd love to have y'all help season. Who's ready?
Anybody.
Anybody. There we go.
There it is.
All right. So I'm gonna have you take a little scoop and then spread it out all over that chicken.
Is that black pepper?
That is black pepper, yes sir. So Marcus called it. We got some black pepper. Now that's what I call Brooke salt because I don't use salt in anything. I love putting black pepper on everything. So that's our black pepper. I'm gonna have you add just a pinch of this one. So this is chili powder. So what can chili powder produce? Some heat. So we're not trying to make it spicy, so just a little bit. I'd say that's good. That'll add some good flavor. Thank you. All right, going down the line. This is the garlic powder. So again, because we're watching the salt, so if you're in a store and you're looking, Marcus, and you see garlic salt, onion salt, celery salt, it has a lot of salt in it. So we always tell people, grab the powder option. You can do garlic powder, onion powder. So those are some good options.
I mean, are you really missing anything if you get the powder over the salt?
You're missing all that salt. I said, if salt's in the name, that's what you're getting. That's a great question, Marcus. All right, moving down the line. Ginger. So this is your mystery ingredient, Marcus. Any Asian food, Chinese food we do, you're gonna want ginger. It adds such great flavor and a great smell. Can you guys smell this? Everybody smell it from where you are? It smells good, doesn't it?
Real good.
So the ginger adds a great punch to it. So the next one's onion powder. So just like we use some garlic powder, we're gonna use some onion powder. So again, just kind of watching that salt, trying to grab the powder option instead. And then the last one is paprika, this other red one. It's red, it's not spicy though. Now Marcus, you know, being down south and everything, what do you think people put paprika on the most? Gives it that good pop of color.
You know what? Growing up, a lot of people put it on deviled eggs.
You got it, man. That's it. So your deviled eggs, your potato salad, it gave a little flavor, but it gave a good pop of color too. Thank you so much to my lovely assistant. Yeah, let's go ahead and stir that around, Marcus. Get that chicken cooking a little bit better.
Looks pretty good, bro.
All right, Marcus, I think you've done an excellent job. That is looking really good. Smells delicious. I know you guys can smell that right here. You got the front row. So I think the next step, we are gonna add some vegetables. So here we go, I'm gonna add my bowl of vegetables. Right. Now these were frozen vegetables, Marcus. So, you know, you could use some fresh, you can use some canned. We tell people, you know, switch it up. I always hear like, oh, is fresh the best? And I think really all of them can serve a purpose. You can use some fresh, some frozen, some canned. I mean, I think there's kind of pros and cons to each of them.
We got some variety.
We got some variety. Look at all the color. So you got, greens and orange and red. So we got a whole bunch of color. So here's what we're gonna do, because we got more in the pan. I would love to have another assistant, whoever would like to come around and help. You wanna come? Okay. And we'll have you do the same thing that our first friend did. We're just gonna add the same seasoning just a little bit, because we got a lot more in the pan now. So now we got a whole bunch of vegetables, so I wanna make sure. So that's the black pepper. Trying to add some flavor to those as well. Okay, so that looks good. Again, we're gonna do the chili powder just a tad, just a little bit, because we're not trying to make it spicy. Now, if I was making maybe a chili, I would want a little spice to it, a little kick, but not for Chinese food. That looks good, that's enough. All right, and again, we're doing these powders too, where we got some garlic powder, some onion powder. Then your mystery ingredient again was the ginger. That's what really gives a great flavor for Asian food, Chinese food. You want that ginger.
Brooke, I think that's the one thing that scares people about healthy cooking. It's the fact that they don't think it can be flavorful.
I think you're right, Marcus, absolutely. I hear that a lot. They're like, oh, this healthy food is just gonna taste terrible. It's gonna taste like cardboard. No, we have debunked that. That is not the case. We can get some good flavor. I think sometimes people are unsure, though, of which ones to use.
Right.
So again, I kind of tell people, if you've never tried it before, you could chew a little bit, like especially if it's a fresh herb, you could chew a little bit on your tongue, see what it tastes like. But that would at least give you an idea. Or even these, you actually could just kind of wet your finger and taste a little bit, see what you think. I had somebody in my class one time tried some rosemary for the first time, and she didn't try it before she sprinkled it on the chicken. So what'd she do? She went to town, sprinkled it all over the chicken, put it in the oven, pulled it back out, took a bite. What she realized, she did not like rosemary. So we maybe could have saved her that pan of chicken if she would actually tried a little bit. That's perfect. Thank you so much for your help. That looks fantastic. So Marcus, stir that all around, gonna toss that. So how long do you think we should cook vegetables? Probably not very long, right? Usually a few minutes does it. These ones were a little frozen, so cooking them just a little bit extra, but typically you still want some crunch to it. You want some texture, because that means the nutrition and everything is still in them too. So I need another volunteer to help make some sauce. You wanna come on around? Love to have you help make our sauce. So come on in here. So should we have her slide maybe over this way? All right, so our ingredients for the sauce. So we have a tablespoon of cornstarch. I'm gonna go ahead and have you put that right in that bowl. If you wanna dump that whole bowl in there. There you go, you can use that spoon if you need to, help get it out. So cornstarch does what? It works as a thickener, so it's gonna help thicken up the sauce. And then we're gonna add a little bit of brown sugar, give it a little bit of sweetness. So the brown sugar you can add in next. And then the biggest thing people worry about with soy sauce, Marcus, is sodium. So we grabbed a low sodium soy sauce because we still love it. Adds great flavor to the Chinese food, so go ahead and dump that in here for me. So that is our low sodium soy sauce.
And really, you can't taste the difference.
You can't, you really can't. It has at least half of the milligrams of sodium. So go ahead and grab your spoon and stir that up for me real good. How's that sauce coming? I think you did it. Looks good. Okay, here's our last step. I'm gonna have you pour that over top of Marcus's stir fry. That looks fantastic. So Marcus, mix that all up for us. And that's your last step. So last step is pouring the sauce on. Usually I'll cut the heat down a little bit lower to make sure the cornstarch doesn't stick and burn. Smells fantastic. And then what do we have on the plate? So we're needing a whole grain brown rice. Anybody ever had brown rice before? Yeah, I love it. It tastes so good. Got a lot of nutrition, a lot of fiber. How's that smell? You guys smell that? It smells fantastic. All right, that looks good to me, Marcus. I got this heat cut down low, so maybe we'll use our red spoon over there. We'll scoop a little bit over top of our rice, our brown rice, and see what it looks like. I know it smells fantastic. I know you guys can smell that. So that is about a half a cup of rice. So your serving size for rice and pasta is about a half a cup. That looks beautiful. See, who knew Marcus was a chef on the side? What do you guys think? Look delicious? Who would try this?
Good.
I would, absolutely. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for your help today making that. That looks fantastic.
Well, thank you so much, Brooke, for being here with us today. Eating right is an important part of being first choice fit. So this meal looks great. I look like I'm about to eat.